Game Pass has announced a price increase on Game Pass Ultimate. Game Pass Ultimate is getting a price increase, and then the tiers are changing slightly. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are out there complaining, oh, Game Pass is dead. Game Pass is over. Going from $16.99 to $19.99 for Game Pass Ultimate is no big deal. I think that that's actually completely reasonable, and it's still a fantastic deal. Indeed, it's the best deal in gaming at the moment and remains so. Most of the critiques that you're seeing out there are from people on Twitter who, guess what? Don't subscribe to Game Pass. And it's not that they're just like casual fans not interested in Game Pass. These are PlayStation people with a clear agenda and a clear hatred for all things Xbox, and that's what's taking up all the noise there. No big deal in my mind. Going from $16.99 to $19.99, completely reasonable, still remains the best deal in gaming. The part that I do think is a valid concern and criticism is with the different tiers now, how they restructured them, they are confusing. It is confusing. Before it was easy to explain. Game Pass, whether you have Game Pass Ultimate gives you access to all games on console, all games on PC, or you have standard Game Pass, etc., etc. You get all games day one. Here's the benefits that you get: cloud gaming, etc. It was much easier to explain. Now with these different tiers, it gets a little bit confusing, and I hope that Xbox presents them in a way that's less confusing and reworks kind of the messaging here, because the tiers do make it slightly more confusing. Basically, there's just Game Pass Ultimate at this point that I would subscribe to. But anyways, let's go through the tiers here. Let's talk about them because it is slightly confusing. And then let's talk about why. There is an analyst that came out and said, well, here's why the price tier it was increased. I'll be honest, I don't know that he's right. I don't know that he knows anything. Just because you're an analyst doesn't mean that you know stuff. Let's go through it though. Let's talk about it. But let's jump into this whole thing. So this is over at The Verge. This dropped late yesterday afternoon is when everything kind of went live. And I just highlighted the main changes here. So Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers are getting a price increase from US dollars $19.99 a month. That starts on September 12th. It's a $3 increase over the current $16.99 a month prices. $3 increase, no big deal. Anybody saying that that's a big deal and I'm now unsubscribing, here's looking at you, Dreamcast guy, is foolish, biased, and just wrong. $3 increase, no big deal. The value is still there. All games day one on PC and on console. Okay, now let's get into where it's slightly confusing. So PC Game Pass subscribers will also get a price hike in September from $9.99 to $11.99. Again, $2 increase. No big deal. Now PC Game Pass does get games day one, just like Game Pass Ultimate. Those are the two main Game Pass subscriptions in my mind, the two easiest to explain. This is not where it's confusing. Where it gets confusing is down here. So there's now a new option of Xbox Game Pass. It's called Standard Subscription. So it's an Xbox Game Pass Standard Subscription. It does not have day one titles, and it's $14.99 a month. Now, this is on console only. The existing Xbox Game Pass for console subscription will continue to exist for subscribers if you were the previous standard subscription, or what was the standard subscription? Was it called standard? It remains the same. But that option is removed, and you're grandfathered in. That option is removed for all new Game Pass subscribers on July 10th. And it becomes available in the coming months. Again, there is no day one title at that $14.99 on standard Game Pass. That to me makes it confusing. I think it's confusing messaging. I think it's just confusing. You also, to my mind, don't get cloud gaming either access. You only get that with the Ultimate as well. So also confusing. Now, I don't know if this is just step one and it's just not right, and we're going to get clarification on that. I don't know. But to me, $14.99 to $19.99, either have $19.99 and nothing else. Maybe you need something to access online gameplay on consoles. That's fine. But have this like this $19.99 or then $14.99, and the only difference is you don't get access to cloud or day one drops. But on the Game Pass Ultimate, it's confusing and it doesn't make sense in my mind. And it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft's messaging, how they lay it out, etc., etc. So, is the $19.99 price increase a big deal? No, it's not. Is the PC Game Pass a big deal from $9.99 to $11.99? No, it's not. Is the standard subscription a big deal? It's not, in that it's not a ripoff. It's still a great deal. $14.99. It just makes the messaging confusing. And I think that is a valid concern, 100%. So I would never, there's zero reason for me to not get Game Pass Ultimate. Like, I really don't understand what the Game Pass standard subscription is for. It's only $5 cheaper. They're clearly pushing everybody to Game Pass Ultimate. I think just having the one option may be smarter long term, and that may be where we go long term for sure. So let's jump into this is over on purexbox.com. Here is breakdowns of the new Game Pass models here. Now, this doesn't include the PC only Game Pass, but the ones for consoles. You got Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. You can see day one releases it includes. It's $19.99 a month. That's online multiplayer. That's the same. Members deals and discount. That's the same. EA Play membership. That's only available on Game Pass Ultimate now. Cloud gaming on multiple devices. Also only available on Ultimate. And then free perks everywhere else, or free perks every month. Sorry. Also only available on Ultimate. Let's see Game Pass Standard for $14.99. Here's how it breaks down. You get hundreds of high-quality games on console, online console multiplayer, members deals, and discounts. So you don't get EA Play at this $14.99. You don't get day one releases. You will get those releases, just not day one like you do on Game Pass Ultimate. And then you don't get cloud either. That's the difference. And then, of course, you get Game Pass Core. This makes sense. This is like an entry level. Hey, test it out for me in my mind. It's $9.90. Is it $9.99? This remains. This doesn't get a price change. You get online console multiplayer and you get 25 select games to play. Game Pass is still a great deal. This price increase, $3 price increase, does not change that at all. The messaging is slightly confusing. Seeing it in a chart like this is less confusing. I just don't understand this middle one. This middle one is no man's land. The Game Pass Standard is absolutely no man's land to me. Game Pass Core makes sense. Entry level, just for people that want to do multiplayer. Maybe you're a kid. Maybe you're a parent with a family. This is all that you need. Standard genuinely does not make sense to me. Game Pass Ultimate, I mean, it makes sense to me in the respect that they're trying to push everybody to Game Pass Ultimate. I don't think it's going to exist long-term as an option, or it'll be tweaked slightly. So let's go and see why. Why are these price increases happening? Why is this change to the subscription tier? This is from Daniel Ahmad over on Twitter. Now, Daniel Ahmad is Director of Research and Insights at Nico Partners. Nico Partners, I analyze the video games market in Asia and MENA. I tweet insights about gaming, plus more. And here's what he says. One factor that influenced this move is that Game Pass is not seeing strong growth beyond the current Xbox console install base. We did a video on this yesterday. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you go watch it. I actually think this critique is wrong. That's why I'm not sure about this analysis. I think this is him. I don't think he has insider information. I think this is just him applying his own opinion here. I don't think it's actual factual analysis. In the respect that if you watched the video yesterday, you'll understand. In the respect that, of course, Xbox install base, Game Pass install base has not yet seen an increase. Here's what it says. Therefore, the goal for current console gamers is to incentivize an upgrade to the higher price Ultimate tier with day one games, cloud gaming, etc. I actually don't think that's correct either. I think the price at $19.99, you want to know what else is $19.99? GeForce Now. We know that a GeForce Now partnership may be in the works. That's the rumor anyways. There may be something there. And I think, again, if Xbox does that cloud streaming, it's game over. They're ahead 10 years for sure. That's also $19.99. I think that's interesting. The GeForce Now subscription model is very similar to the Game Pass subscription model at this point. So interesting that those two are lining up more and more. He says PC and mobile gamers haven't purchased Game Pass at the rate Microsoft expected, and this cohort is where user growth needs to come from, which is why Game Pass PC tier will have day one games. Yeah, I have no doubt that this is the ultimate goal. It's obvious that Game Pass Ultimate is where you want it. So PC and mobile gamers haven't purchased Game Pass at the rate Microsoft expected. I don't think that that's correct. Mobile gamers has not yet been a huge focus. There's snafus with you're not listed in the Apple Store, the Google Play Store, et cetera, et cetera. So you've had to do these workarounds. Also, Amazon Fire TV Stick just dropped. So we're really just getting started on the mobile front. I don't think we've seen a push at all on the mobile front. So that's why I don't think this is accurate. I don't think the rate expected was from mobile, maybe on PC, but even then, I don't think that we have yet to even seen the beginning of Game Pass for PC becoming a thing. I think we're going to see more of a push. I think you can see Xbox is really just laying the groundwork here, redoing their apps, their PC app, fine tuning it, honing it, making it better. I think it's got to be a lot more similar to probably a Steam type of situation than where it currently even is. Even where it's currently at is a huge improvement of where it was even a year ago. So that's going to go there. I just don't know. This may be a reason. Maybe this is 100% correct. But regardless, I thought I'd share it. I don't think he's correct. I think the goal is to always have them everyone into like a Game Pass Ultimate tier. What is interesting is that this does line up more closely with GeForce Now. I've been all over GeForce Now. I think GeForce Now proves the cloud gaming concept. I think Microsoft to partner with GeForce Now would be absolutely huge. And I think we're just getting started with Game Pass in the mobile and gaming space. Again, let's summarize my thoughts here. I don't think the price increase is a big deal. I actually think it's a big nothing burger. Anybody saying that it's a big deal is probably biased and just wrong. $3 is no big deal. The interesting thing is does it go up from here? Is there a cap on that? I would think probably $19.99 is probably the high end that we're approaching here on the cap. Maybe in the end it's $24.99. I don't see it going beyond that, much beyond that ever. So we're getting to that ceiling for sure. The big deal though, so price, no big deal, still the best value in gaming. The big deal though, to me, the valid critique, I think, is the 3 tiers is confusing. It just is. And the middle tier doesn't make any sense to me. It only makes sense in respect that you're clearly trying to push people to Game Pass Ultimate. I think eventually that middle tier probably goes away, and we have just Game Pass Core for like an intro experience, and then a Game Pass Ultimate for sure that includes everything. So would love to know what you guys think though. Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you think this $3 hike on Game Pass Ultimate is a big deal. Maybe you don't. I think the reason that the PC Game Pass remains the same price is because they're going after the PC crowd for sure. And not doesn't remain the same price, but remains intact is because they're going after the PC crowd for sure on this. Would love to know again what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? What am I missing here? If you like videos like this where we talk about gaming and Xbox right here on this channel, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.